James, this week, it's kind of reported, it's coming out that the Mariners are keeping Jerry Dipoto, the GM of the Seattle Mariners. Seems like he's going to be around. He's not going to get fired or anything. They got rid of Scott Servais earlier on August 22nd. They fired Scott Servais after a 1-8 road trip and just a tough little season. I guess a little ups and downs. James, what is your first reaction to this?
My immediate reaction is, what? How are they keeping this guy? It doesn't make any sense. He's made terrible trades. He hasn't brought. They were up 10 games at one point, and they lost that already. It's pathetic. I don't understand how the ownership, including our friend Griffey, keeps Dipoto around. He doesn't make any good decisions. Tell me if I'm off base.
So I'm going to say this. I'm going to actually just argue the other side. I actually think it's a good thing they're keeping him. The one thing the Mariners haven't had in the past, since they were good in like early 2000s, is consistency. Is a consistent manager, consistent GM. I know they got rid of Scott Servais, who had been there for a while and done a great job. Obviously, the team was 10 games up on June 18th on the Astros, and now they're 4.5 games back starting the week. They're just above 500 starting this week at 73-71. Without Jerry Dipoto, the team sucks. The team does not suck right now. The team is not great. We all want, everybody expects everybody to be on this incredible level, but the team wouldn't even be where it's at if Jerry Dipoto wasn't even there. So that's my problem with this. We all want to fire these guys the moment we see some problems, but don't forget the reason we are even seeing some problems because they were good. They're a good team and a good franchise right now that's been bringing up good players, especially on the pitching side. It's just they're not finishing off winning that little last extra, and so we just want to burn the ships.
No, I disagree with you. Yes, they have brought up a lot of good pitching, but they haven't brought up any good hitters with the exception of Julio Rodriguez, who's having a down year. Why in the flying hell didn't they go out at the trade deadline and do something better than just Randy Arozarena? There were guys out there.
Justin Turner. They brought him Justin Turner, and no, there were a whole lot of guys out there.
Justin Turner is older than I am. I think he's 70 now.
I think he might be too.
Yeah. So you got Justin Turner, fantastic, but Justin Turner isn't the answer. He's a good off-the-bench guy at this point of his career. And you tell me there weren't guys out there? I bet you if they offered the right package, they could have gotten Pete Alonso. He was the perfect guy for that team. Why they didn't get him, I have no idea.
I think the reason they didn't go after Pete Alonso is they could get him anyways for the same amount of money, right? So why give up the free agents now versus when they can just sign him next year anyways? I think they went after. I think they made two great moves. I believe the Justin Turner trade was a good move for them at the time. Again, down a little bit, not the same Justin Turner as we know in the past, but in that ballpark, that right field or the left field wall, the way they brought it in a little bit, I actually kind of liked it, and I loved the Randy Arozarena. Just they haven't worked out. I love the Randy Arozarena. Man, I was on here. I was talking about it. I am 100% in favor of it. I think they had made two good splashes. I think a hell of a lot better than what the Yankees did and all the positive stuff they got for the Chaz Chisholm move, which is insane to me. You bring in an average player and you're talking about how amazing a move that is. I actually thought they had one of the best trade deadlines there was around baseball. There wasn't a whole lot of crazy, big, huge moves to be had, and they made a couple really good, solid ones. Now, in the offseason, they could have done a lot better job of shoring up that offense, but they do have some of the best pitching in baseball. They do have one of the best bullpens in baseball. So there are things there to be had, and we got to look at this and understand they're even in this position to even have a conversation about bringing in one more bat because of Jerry Dipoto and his leadership.
Okay. You and I obviously are very different on the value of Arozarena and Justin Turner. Okay. Like I said,
yes. This year, I understand they're not as good as they were in the past, but that they at least went for moves. They went for something, and guys on the market, the guys that actually got traded, those were some of the top guys.
Yeah, but those guys that were traded, nobody went out and made the big splash because everybody's still in it at the trade deadline. So nobody wants to give up anything major for a major piece. But if you're the Mariners and you were up 10, you should be going after that major piece because you and I both know bullpens from year to year, it could be a completely different story. You know, you could be great one year and the next year you're garbage. You know that. Take a look at Edwin Diaz. Okay,
this year they're good though.
Yeah, but this year they're good. So this is the year to make that big splash in free agency before the season and at the trade deadline, because that's when right now is when you have the opportunity. What happens if they lose a couple of starters to injury before next season? They're not going to have that starting rotation again. They may not have that bullpen consistency again. So when you have the opportunity, you go for it. And that's the time that you got to do it, is right now.